Goodness comes and evil goes. Kimungo. Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that will bring for African people wherever we are to be on the face of this earth. Karibu and welcome. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to get into another important subject area, and that subject area is celebrating the triumph of your Afrikanness. Now, it's so important for any people to know who and what they are. And because African people are the primary people, knowing who and what we are is of central importance in this world. Much of what we consider to be the highest forms of human development, human cultivation, human civilization comes back to the source, that central source of Afrikanness. And of course, Africa itself is also central as a powerful and grand sacred landmass within the world. So knowing who and what we are is foundational to our lives. And void of that foundation, we become detached, we become dislodged, we become dislocated from our very selves. So knowing who and what we are gives us that rootedness, that stability, and that basis upon which the expression of life can then fully flourish. So it is of deep significance. It's of profound importance, whether we are African men, whether we are African women, whether we are African children, whether we are African elders and beyond. We must know, we must have that living knowingness of who and what we are. And it goes beyond the aesthetic. And so in living expression of what that Afrikanness is, we see it in every sphere of life under normal circumstance and conditions. But of course, in recent times, we find ourselves in an interrupted state where others benefit from the derailment of our Afrikanness, the removal of our Afrikanness, the subduing of our Afrikanness. And if we just pick, say, 3 spheres of life that many Africans will be engaged in, let's say work, education, or a leisure pursuit, if others control just those areas of what we have in our social existence, then expression of our Afrikanness can come under fire. And so it's a challenge just to be yourself. But be ourselves, we must. However that can make itself manifest. So it's very important that we have time that is independent of other institutions, of the institutions of others, so that we can have nurturing, shaping, restoration, rejuvenation time for ourselves to re-energize the real substance of our natural self, so that it can be made real. Whatever we might happen to have to wear, or whatever we might happen to have to do out there for survival purposes, we must have our own space, our own time for the development of ourselves. To hold on to ourselves keep ourselves intact, keep ourselves whole, keep ourselves in our own living knowingness of self. That is victorious activity. So it is triumphant to be your natural African self. And that can be celebrated. Oh, yes, it can. And we should. We should celebrate it. And certainly one of the important times that we can do that in is between the dates of the 26th of December through to the 1st of January. And that, of course, is the period of the observance Kwanzaa. Let us celebrate the triumph of our Afrikanness. So with that, food for thought, and surely it is food for thought. Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.